It's a ferocious kitty Mew Mew.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Cang Toys FEROCIOUS. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right up front here, we have some lovely, very shiny artwork here of FEROCIOUS. His name is FEROCIOUS. On this side of the box, we have FEROCIOUS. On the other side, FEROCIOUS. On the bottom, FEROCIOUS. On the top, we have things, stuff, QR codes, more things, barcodes. On the back of the box, we have FEROCIOUS again in his beast mode. And that's basically it for the packaging. And also included is the collector's card with FEROCIOUS in his robot mode, in his beast mode. There's his name on the back, a rundown of his weapons, and his tech specs, if that interests you. Hooray for cards. And moving right along here, we have a FEROCIOUS, and this is the first component of Cang Toys Thunder King, their Predaking, and this is their take on Rampage. So, here he is in his beast mode, just a big old ferocious, saber-toothed kitty death Mew Mew. Well, let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. You can see the head sculpt here, very nicely done head sculpt, in my opinion. Got a nice red there. Got some orange going on in there, some silver details going down the sides. The teeth are actually die cast, which is pretty cool, and even the inside of the mouth also has some die cast in it as well. Very nicely done. The eyes are done in transparent yellow plastic, which I'm not a fan of. I think they should have been painted because sometimes you can't really see his eyes like from here. Like you can't really see his eyes. If they painted them, they would have stood out a bit more, but oh well, it is what it is. But overall though, a lot of nice detail going on. You got some nice silver paint as well. Lots of tamper-graphed details as well going throughout the body. Take a look at the front legs here. And you got nice tamper-graphed details. Big old paws. Going down the body, these bits here are die cast as well. Just moving down, so he's got like 01 tamper-graphed back there. Got lots of little tamper-graphed details here and there. These bits are die cast. Some more tamper-graphed details. Hind legs, again, you got a nice, got some nice metallic paint going on here as well, which looks really, really cool. Well, it's silver. Lots of molded detail as well. Got those rear paws. Got his tail going on there. Got the tiger booty, and there is the top. There is the bottom. You can see the bottoms of his paws, for some reason, have yellow transparent plastic on them. Don't know why, but okay. He does slide, as killing things should slide. Hooray for slidey killing things. So there you have that. And for comparison, here he is with the Mastermind Creations Rampage, and you can see he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Here he is with the Power of the Primes, Rampage, who just, he can't look up. He's always just hanging his head in shame. And here he is with G1 Rampage, because he's precious. Oh, so precious, but no less ferocious. So, there you go. So now let's run through the articulation here in beast mode. The head, you can pull the head out. He can't really look up any further than that, but he can look all the way down if you need him to. It's on a ball joint at the base right up in here, so you can get some side-to-side movement as well. And then push that back in. The mouth, of course, can open and close. It looks quite ferocious. He can do that. The front legs can rotate. Can do a full 360. Oh, a nice ratchet. You also have this double hinge here, which is squeaky, but you can get some outward movement if you need it. Very squeaky. You have bicep rotation there. You have bend right there, and that's pretty much as far as you can get. The front paws on a big old ball joint there, and as well as a hinge, so they can move up, they can come down, they can rotate, they can tilt. Even the toes there can move up and down if you need them to. So you got that going on. You can rotate the waist a little bit if you need to. The hind legs can also rotate. You can move around if you need them to. You can pull these out as well. They're on a double hinge right there, so you can pull them out if you need them to. Get them away from the body so you can get a little bit outward movements. You have a knee joint here. You have a knee joint here. And the rear paws can move. Come here, come here. They can tilt up at this hinge. They can also tilt down at this hinge. And you do also have your tiltage as well as your rotation. Of course, you have to move this to, get that out of the way, but you have all that there. And of course, the toes can move up and down as well. Sometimes it's a little hard to get things moving around, but they move around. And the tail, you got quite a few joints to work with here. Up and down, you get side to side. Again, you have up and down, side to side, and even the tip. Up and down, and you get some side to side there. So lots of articulation there in the beast mode. So now let's run through the accessories here. We do get some weaponry. He does have a big old sword right here. You can see some nice silver tamper-graphed details going down the side. You get these teeth here, and the handle are done in a smoky transparent plastic. That looks pretty cool. You do get a gun, which is done kind of like a charcoal color. Again, you get some tamper-graphed details. You get some of that orange going down the side. Some nice detail going on. You can also extend the gun, which is pretty cool. Have that look going on if you want to. And clearly, all of the guns will be able to combine to make bigger guns, and the swords will, I'm sure, combine to make a giant murder sword for the combined mode. Now, you can store the gun on the saber-toothed Death Kitty. There's a port right up here on his back. You can just plug that in like so. If you want, of course, you can extend it, have that going on as well. So, hey, you have a saber-toothed tiger with a giant cannon on its back. What could be safer? It's as safe as sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads. But anyway, you also get the combined mode hand right here, and it's just all spiky, just full of spiky goodness. You can see nicely done, nicely detailed. This bit here is die cast. You can see just nice and claw-like. I do quite like the look of it. Now, the hand itself can transform. I'm not going to show the transformation because you actually need both hands to actually get the full effect of this. So I'm going to wait until I have both hands to show off how this transforms, just to give you the full effect, because, I feel like it's just, I don't want to show off half of a mode, but it's cool that this can also transform, and it does serve a bit of a purpose, but there you have that. But yeah, there you have the beast mode, and I love the look of the beast mode. I think it just looks, just big and bulky and imposing, and it looks ferocious. It looks exactly like what its name implies. It does look ferocious. I love it. It just looks very cohesive. Just overall, just a really, really good looking beast mode. Probably one of the better ones that I've seen in quite a while. As far as a more mechanical looking beast goes anyway, I think this is probably one of the best ones I've seen. Alright, so we're done with this, so let's get down to transformation, shall we? You can get a good spin out of this guy. So first, remove the gun, and we'll put that off to the side for now, and we shall get down to transformation. So we are going to go into combine mode first, and then go into robot mode. So to get him into combine mode, first thing we are going to do, actually let me come right down here. First we're going to do is we're going to take the front legs, we're going to rotate it at the bicep here, and then we're going to take the front paw here. You want to rotate it 90 degrees and just bring this peg out so you have the clearance to just swing that around and then bring it over and just bring it up like that. So the bottom of the paw is facing in, and then you just use the double joint here and bend this all the way up like so, and there's a tab that will go right up in here into the paw, and just tab that in and leave it just like that. Second vest is same as the first, so just rotate, just rotate that 90 degrees, bring it around, straighten it out, and then just bring all this up. One complaint I do have about this figure is that a lot of the joints are a little too tight. This thing is, you know, you kind of have to muscle them around a bit, but it's all right. It's all right. But once we have that done, we'll work on the back here. So just bring this up and rotate this section around. You just want to extend the head so you can get up under here and untab this section like that. You just want to untab these bits here, and then you can just bring this back up, and the head will just come down and collapse down onto the chest like so. And the next thing we can do, oh look, I got him standing on his tail. Oh, look at that. He's sitting on his tail. Nice little tripod there. Thank you. Thank you. Well, let's get the arms. Oh, that's squeaky. A lot of squeaky joints too. A lot of squeakiness going on here. Another thing you want to do here is you want to just unpeg the chest. Just bring it out like that. And then take the shoulder sections and pull these out like so. And all of this is going to shift upwards, so it helps if you just kind of grab a hold and just pull up one side, then just grab and just pull up the other side, and just kind of, you know, get them into position here, like so. And the chest should come up, and everything should, get this out of the way so you can see, and all this should just come up. Just bring these back in, and everything should, nope, come on, come on, man. I think I have everything in place. Come on, come on. There we go. Now everything should just snap into place right there. Now I can just put this back where it was. There we go. Squeaky, squeaky. And then all of this will just come up and over. Like so. Again, these are like, a lot of hinges are like really tight on this guy. Little too tight, but we'll get through it. And this piece, come on, there we go. It just comes up and over and just sits there like that. So we got the upper body pretty much all done here. So now we need to use our muscular muscles here, because we have to basically grab his body here and pull him apart to expose the elbow joint. And this is stiff. Oh, it's really stiff. Oh my God. Come on. Come on, man. There we go. Whew. That's really stiff. I need some force there. There you go. There you have your elbow joint exposed. And once you've done that, you shake it off. Shake it off. Okay. Whew. There we go. All right. Shake off the arms there. All right. So we can continue on. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to kind of bring the legs out, get these out of the way, untab these side panels here. Just leave them up, get them out of the way, and then we are going to split legs like so. Bring all of this up as far as it'll go, get it out of our way. I do have some little, I don't know if you can see them, I have stress marks here on these tabs. You know, nothing's cracked, but they have been stressed. I don't know if that's the toy's fault or my fault, because I didn't know what I was doing the first time I was transforming this guy, so I don't know. But yeah, just, you know, just a note, yeah, I got some stress marks there. So, probably something you might want to be careful with when you're transforming this guy. But, once we have done that, now we have to work on the legs, and the legs are quite a bit involved here. So we're going to untab this panel here, just get this up and out of the way. We're going to now take this section here, this part of the leg, and just rotate it like so. This little knee spike will kind of move out with it. So just bring that around like that. Once you have done that, you can then open up this panel here like that, and then we're going to bring this whole assembly up like so, and all of this is just going to rotate around. Ooh, squeaky, 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 squeaky. So just bring that around like so, and oh no, I'm doing this wrong. I'm doing this wrong. Hold up. That's not where we're going. We're extending it, but we're leaving this. You want the knee spike still facing down. That was my bad. I did that wrong. Okay, that's the way we're going with the legs. So we're having it like that. There we go. Now we're in the right spot. Okay, so now we're going to rotate this around the other way. I've transformed this guy so many times, and I've managed to mess up when the camera's on. Isn't that just the way it always works? Anyway, that's just my life. Anyway, you want to bring this little section up and just get it out of the way like that, and you're going to basically just rotate all of this in like that. You want to make sure that this hinge ends up just kind of pointed up like that. Then we can just drop all this back down. And what are we doing here? We're going to rotate this in like so. And there's some more work we have to do here with his legs. So we're going to just bring this toe down, bring the robot mode toe down, open this section up, just kind of extend the leg, just kind of straighten it out. You have these little filler pieces, which you are going to just fold up like so, and that will allow all of this to just collapse in like that, and then you close it up once you have everything in place. Which I don't have everything in place, apparently. Work with me, man. Work with me, please. 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 My hands are sweaty, too, which doesn't help at all. I have no grip. I have no grip. I need to get a grip. There we go. There we go. So you got that going on. And then rotate the foot, and there is a tab that will go right up in here, and that will lock in place like so. Then you take the toes and just point them forward like that. So there we go. We're moving and grooving. We're moving and grooving. So all this, again, you want that hinge sitting there like this. And we can take this panel here and just rotate this around, and this will just tab in right in there. So just bring that down and tab that into place like so. You can take this little knee spike and just flip this all the way in like that. The crotch, this is literally what we're doing. We're taking this crotch and pulling it out, and yeah. That's the thing that's happening. So you can see this will tab in right up in here to secure the leg in place like that. And once we have all this straightened out, this section here will just come down, and this tab will go into this slot right up in here. So just get everything all lined up like, and boom. There we go. So you have that all done. Second pass is just like the first. And there we have both legs done. And again, you just want to make sure that that is tabbed in and locked into place like so. And we got that going on right there. You want to take these bits here and just pop them up. They're on a double hinge. Just bring them up like that. Up them up, and just bring them back like that. You stay in your home, and right now we can pretty much lock all this together. If we want, these side panels here, just going to tab in right there. So just tab it in on each side, just get it lined up. Boop. And boop, like so. As far as the tail goes, you're going to fold the tail at this hinge here and bring it down. There's a tab that will go into this slot right there. Slide that up, and that will tab in like that. And then we just flip all of this in, and you can see there are grooves on either side here that will go over these little tabs right there. So just get all that. You want to bring this down. This is on a double hinge. Just bring that down until everything looks like it is lined up. And then just kind of push it down and get everything nice and squozen. And there you have that. So at this point now we can just rotate this section here so the elbow is facing the right way. Take all this and rotate this around like so. And obviously you want to flip out the combiner peg. It's right there. It's, as usual, on a very stiff joint, so I'm not going to waste time trying to muscle that out. Just flip that out, obviously. So once we've done all that, we now bring in the combine mode hand, and this is just going to slide over this section right here. So just get that all lined up like, and just get that on, and that will just slide in all nice and easy like. I'm gonna give the elbow a little bend there, and there we go. There we have Ferocious in his arm mode, and that's a big arm right there. That's a big old arm right there, but very nicely done. And I love how cohesive, you know, this the forearm section looks. It doesn't just look like a pair of legs, you know. It looks nice and solid, and it works. It works. I dig it. I dig it very much. One thing that is scary is the elbow joint. It is like super tight. It's just one of those super tight joints, and I'm not a fan of tight ratchets because there's that part of me that's just always terrified that it's going to break. But it's a tight ratchet, and we'll just pray to God that it survives and doesn't break. But yeah, there you have more squeaky joints. We got wrist rotation, a lot of articulation here in the fingers. We'll go over all, this is when my tongue stops working. We'll go over all of the articulation when we get to, when we finish the combined mode. But yeah, looks good. Good looking, just big, beefy arm going on there. So that is quite impressive. But that is it for the combined mode. So let's get down to transformation again, shall we? All right. No, good. You did a good job, man. Did a good job. All right. So, first thing you want to do, obviously, is just slide off the hand. Put that off to the side. We don't need that no more. And we shall commence. So, let's just straighten that arm back out. Just rotate this forward so the hinge is facing you. And then rotate all of this back around so it's facing like that. And now we're just going to undo all this hard work we just did. So I'm just going to first untab these sections here, get them out of the way, just bring that tail up again, get all of that out of our way, and we split all of this and get all this untabbed. Come on, there we go. Get all that untabbed. Again, flip his crotch back in. That's the most awkward part of that transformation. Not even the tight joints. I can deal with the tight joints, but that's just a weird bit of transformation there. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to just untab this section here, bring all this up, and we're going to get his legs all situated. So just take the hind legs here, just bring them out to the side, get them out of the way. We can just flip up that knee spike. So now we're going to rotate all this around like so. So it is sitting like that. These bits here, we can just bring back into their original position, like so. Come around here, and we need to untab this so we can bring this up and just bring all this around, get everything into position here, and this is just going to sit right up in this section here. Just get it all lined up like so. And once we have all that in place, then we can tab this right back in where it was, get everything lined up. You see how this bit kind of lines up right here. Let's get all that lined up, and once you do all that, this will tab in right in here, and hopefully we have all this lined up properly. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. There we go. And that will just tab in right there like so. Get all that straightened out. Untab his toe, and bring this up, which will serve as his heel. Then just rotate that around like so. This bit right here, we'll just rotate around. There's a hinge right up in here in the base, so just kind of bend it up at that hinge, and that will allow you to just kind of collapse all this up. A little tab that will go into a groove right up in there, and secure that in place. And there you have a leg all done, second verse, just like the first. And now he has two legs. Hooray for legs. We can come back here to the booty, and there is a tab that will go right there, so just fold this up and just tab that in, and the tail will just hang down like that. And we pretty much got that done. Just got these hip skirts, however you want. Double hinge there, so you can have them up, down, whatever you want to do there. So now we will move on to the upper body. So we'll get the arms done here. So just untab the paw, just straighten the arm out. The paw itself is going to come around, come down, and then just swing back. And there's a little tab that will go into the paw right up in there to hold that in place. You open up this panel and flip out the hand, close that up, bring that arm down, there you go. Second best, side to first, untap the paw, straighten the arm out. Again, just rotate it out 90 degrees so you can swing that around, and then bring it down, swing it around. I like how it kind of brings this panel back with it as well. A little bit of automorph going on. And you just tap that in, open this up, flip out the fist, close that up, bring it down, and there we have all that in place. So now, what we are going to do is we're going to take this section here, just bring this back around, and all of this will just come back like so. This will just sit right in these little grooves right here. This will just sit right back there, like so. And you got that going on. And now, we can just grab the head here, tiger head, just bring all this down, flip out the head. These panels will flip back. Close that back up, bring the tiger head back down into its original position, and the whole neck assembly will just come forward and sit right up in there like that. And the last thing we need to do is compress his now very long waist. And again, this takes some force because this is very tight. Just gotta get under there and just give it a good push. There we go. It's actually gotten a little bit easier over time, but still not that easy. But are we done? I think we're done. Yes, we're done. Woo! We're done. And there you have FEROCIOUS, aka Rampage, in his robot mode. And he is a really cool looking, stylized Rampage, and I just love the design of this guy. I think he looks so cool. In my opinion anyway, I think he looks really cool. I dig this. I really dig this. So let's get in close so we can take a look, not at that head, but at this head. Take a look at the robot mode noggin here. It's a nicely done head sculpt. You got some nice light piping there for the eyes. The eyes glow a nice bright yellow. That does work very well. You get some bits of black in there. Well, no, pretty nice head sculpt going on. So you got the tiger chest, and again we got some more silver details going on throughout the figure. We got some silver up in there. Overall, really cool design. Just love it personally. Got some silver there on the toes, as well as some more tamper-graph details there. I guess feet are labeled. I don't know, but yeah, all in all, really cool. And it's a clean transformation, as you can see, you know. I mean, he's got like the paws hanging out the back of his forearms and whatnot, but all in all, it's a clean transformation. Got a little flap hanging out back there, but that's, you know, nothing too egregious. Everything compacts pretty well. Now, articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you have your wiggly waggly, wiggly waggly. He can look up, he can look down. If you use, if you kind of bring the neck back there, you can get total squirrel. Kind of do that if you want to. I don't know. You can move that head around if you want to. I don't know. You can. It's a thing that moves if you need it to move for whatever reason. Arms. Again, rotate on a nice ratchet joint. Again, you have that double joint at the shoulder, which is very squiggy, but you can get that much outward movement if you use them. And you can also use them to get his arms in front of his chest if you want. Oh, so squeaky. So squeaky. It's kind of squeak that'll haunt your dreams. Anyway, you have bicep rotation. You do have a double jointed elbow, so you have a nice full range of movement there. As far as the hands, you do have wrist rotation. They also move upward on a hinge, which is pretty cool. Now, as far as the fingers go, the thumb is on a hinge at the base. It just moves up and down right there. You also have a hinge that allows the thumb to move in and out right there. You also have a second hinge right there in the middle of the thumb. And each finger has a ball joint at the base, so you can splay the fingers out a little bit, get a little bit of splay there. So a ball joint at the base, and you also have a hinge right there, just mid-knuckle. So you got that going on. You do have waist rotation. If you pop the chest up, you can use the elbow joint as an ab crunch. So that's the thing you can do. I'm not going to muscle this thing around anymore, but you can do it if you want to. Again, these little skirt panels here can move out of the way to accommodate the leg movements. Legs move forward, that far, back, about that far, outward. You can do the full splits and a little extra. You get thigh rotation. You got good 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. Oh, nice ratchets. And the feet, they can move up, they can move down. You have rotation, you have ankle tiltage, and you even have a toe joint that can move up, move down a little bit, and you can do the same thing with the heel, move it up and down to help you support any poses. And hey, you can even pose the tail if you want to, do whatever you want. So there you have that. And of course we can give him his weapons. We can give him his blaster here. If you want to store it, you can store it right where it was in the beast mode. You know, you can just kind of hang it out back there or whatever you want to do with it. Hey, but he is a warrior. He should be wielding his weapons. And you can see there's a tab in the palm slot on either side of the handle here. So you just get everything lined up, push it in, and just wrap his fingers around it, and he holds it pretty snugly. And of course, if you want, you can extend it. Have that going on. Do whatever you want. As always, your toy, display it however you wish. And we can give him the sword, and again, the little grooves on either side of the handle here. So you just line that up with his hand. Just get that in. Wrap his fingers around that. And he holds that pretty securely as well. And there we go. We can pew pew slash slash, pew pew slash slash. And there you go. So there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with the Mastermind Creations Rampage. With the Power of the Primes Rampage. And here he is with G1 Rampage, because he's precious! Oh, so precious. And lastly, but not leastly, we'll bring in Masterpiece Megatron, just so you can see how he scales there. So, there you go. So there you have Ferocious, and I have to say, I'm impressed with this figure. I am very impressed. Love the overall design of the figure. The Beast mode, I think, looks amazing. The Robot mode, I think, looks really good, too. Only nitpicky thing I can say is I wish that the tiger eyes were painted instead of done the transparent plastic, because since it's not actually light piped, they just kind of get lost in the tiger head. So I just wish the tiger eyes had been painted. Also, you know, another issue is just the transformation. It's not a bad transformation. It's not that it doesn't work. It's just that the joints are just really stiff, so you have to kind of like muscle him around to get him transformed. So the transformation works, it's just stiff. So I wish that was a bit smoother. But overall, though, like I said, you know, just love the overall design. This guy feels solid, though. He feels solid. He feels sturdy. He's chunky. You know, he's got some die-cast in him, so he has a little bit of heft as well. You know, I do have some little stress marks on these pieces right here. Again, I don't know if that's the toy's fault or my fault, because I didn't know what I was doing the first time I was transforming him. But just something to be cautious of when you do get this figure. But yeah, overall, really pleased with this guy. Just love the way he looks. I think he's really cool, and very much looking forward to seeing how the rest of the team turns out and seeing how the whole combined mode turns out. I am definitely looking forward to this set. So there you go. So if you would like a Ferocious of your own, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There'll be a link in the description down below so you can check that out. You can also check out the Thunder King playlist for all future reviews, also linked in the description down below so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Cang Toys Ferocious, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, home in your face. You wanted to see me, sir? Ah, Rampage. I'm glad you were able to step away from that ball of yarn long enough to meet with me. Anyway, there's something I need to talk to you about. It's the litter box. What about it? It's disgusting. It's stinking up the place. It's just getting out of control. You really gotta stay on top of that, man. I mean, you gotta make sure you clean it regularly. But I got things to do and bots to kill. I ain't got time for a litter box. Ah, you have a good point. You know what? I'll put Starscream in charge of the litter box. Don't even go there! No, you're going there and you'll like it! Now get the scooping!